One of the questions that we're going to table at this time is how can you differentiate when internal conflict is a sign of misalignment or growth towards higher alignment?
Can I start?
Oh, yeah. Open
Yeah.
discussion time.
Yo, but can I say something, please? It's just a request. You guys can say no if you don't want to.
No.
Yo, popcorn after like everybody comment, like popcorn to who you want to speak next, so that be on point, everybody.
All right, let's do it. So that made me think about. I used to work for a training company that in conflict, and the tagline was conflict. Conflict is a catalyst for change. So the whole approach of the organization was that conflict isn't bad. And a lot of times, people run from it or they're scared of it. But without conflict, nothing changes. If everything's consistently peaceful, it will just run like that. So for me, I think I said it in my promo about everything is in alignment in accordance with who you are. So therefore, I think the misalignment bit now for me, I've been pondering it ever since I did my promo, is misalignment with your higher purpose, your higher self. That's the bit I think for me is, if I'm going to talk about being misaligned or out of alignment, it's out of my divine path and the universe forcing me back into my path. But I'm always in alignment with who I choose to be, whether that's positive or negative. A bit like Synthonia's poetic piece. So if I'm in a negative space, talking negative, thinking negative, round negative people, I'm in alignment with that. If negativity comes to me, I'm misaligned with my higher purpose, but I'm in alignment with who I'm choosing to be at that given time. So yeah, and I think everything is growth towards being higher. And what separates the weak from the strong is whether they listen or not, really. And I'm going to popcorn over to Adriana because she's looking over her shoulder. So I'm going to bring you back.
Well, for me, as I've grown, I've learned that internal conflict that is in misalignment makes you feel more icky to, make it childlike and understanding. And when it's for your wellness, it's more uncomfortable because uncomfortability challenges you, right? Uncomfortability pushes you to want to explore a bit further. And ickiness just makes you want to shower. You know what I'm saying? You want to get clean. You want to just release that. But I think, people start to get muddled with that. And they start to get lost in what's icky versus what's actually for their wellness. I think the challenge is to pay that much more attention. You know what I mean? Maybe take a pause before you speak, take a breath, and maybe observe, prior to saying something that you might, I don't want to say regret, saying something that might misalign you further. Let's say that. So that's the beautiful thing about it, though. At some point, you're going to catch the coconut, right? And hopefully, once you crack it open, you'll drink that refreshing water, you know what I mean?
I like that.
You have to pass it to somebody, Adriana.
I'm going to go for I am I.
Man, I resonate with what you said for sure. And I started thinking about it from a consumption standpoint. When I eat something that might make me feel off, now that's the way I can differentiate between how when my son doesn't want to eat broccoli, right? But that's something that's you know, good for you. And I bring that up because the question is about differentiating between misalignment and growth towards higher alignment. Well, like Adriana was just saying, it feels icky. I got to shower now. That's the misalignment. Or I don't want to do this, but the repetition of this, like what we were talking about off air just now, the repetition of doing this thing is going to take me higher.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pop that on the tone.
100%. I could just piggyback basically. So you said it. So just an example. when I was in the blood gangs, like right before, like the week before I got arrested, when I was doing what I was doing, I kept getting this feeling in my stomach. Like I kept getting this feeling, my palms sweaty, like it was an uncomfortable, like like don't do it. Like maybe you should just sit this one out. Like don't, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a queasy, knottish feeling in my stomach, like in my gut, and my heart was like it would like double beat. So like every now and then it would like double beat, like mad hard, like I could feel it in my chest. And it was just uncomfortable. But every time I got the feeling, I would have the thought, like, this isn't a freaking good idea. You know what I'm saying? That was like the week, that was like 2-3 days before I got arrested. When I was sitting in my cell, the last time before I went into the college program, when I got locked, and I was sitting in my cell, and I was getting this feeling, like it was more so in my chest, and I don't know, it was just more so like just the thought process, like I already knew what I had to do. It was an uncomfortable feeling. It was like I even still had a little bit of stomach flurries or whatever. It wasn't the heavy knots, but it was like a light flurries, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see somebody that makes you nervous or whatever, like that kind of feeling. I was getting that feeling, but I was getting a thought with that accompanied that, like, I don't really want like to be viewed like this. I don't really want to move like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see what this other thing is like talking about, thinking about like what college is like, and actually like doing that. But the body feelings were like a little the same, but a little different. Like you could differentiate, but there were like different thoughts that accompanied like the feeling that, you know what I'm saying, that told me, that let me know. Like one was, I know I'm not supposed to be in this gang and doing this and doing that or whatever. Like some of the things that I was doing was outside of my character. But then the other thing, when I wanted to actually like leave that identity alone and actually like get into the college and, you know what I'm saying, see what everybody was talking about, what they was viewing in me, that uncomfortability in leaving that identity made me feel a certain type of way too. You know what I'm saying? But it is slight, but you can differentiate that. So basically for me, like, I'm just trying to give you an example of the two different ways that I felt.
I get it. It sounds like to me the higher self was speaking to you through intuition, yet that gut feeling that you spoke about.
100%.
You know what? That's kind of perfect to lead into the next question. So,
can I just say something quickly?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just that it does. I totally relate to what you're saying, Symphonia. It makes me think about as well. I said it in my promo about knowing what I like, having a good feeling. It's that knowledge of self as well. You know what I mean? And knowing your body enough to be able to read the signs. And then there's that thing about how your system is, because there's a lot of things in the society that kind of can block off your ability to intuit those things. Do you know what I mean? Because are those like flutters in your stomach because of intuition, or is it that dodgy food you just ate? You know what I mean? It's like that's a real thing that I think clouds people's vision, which is why getting clean in your physical system and getting clean in your spiritual awareness and your spiritual practice make your ability to intuit those things better, you know. And like what you said, for me, it made me think about, for myself, that feeling of wanting to run in the opposite direction is usually the way I know from my higher self, stay. You know, the thing that I really am like, oh nah, it's that outside your comfort zone and all those things. And then once I'm in it, I'm always like, oh, it's way better than I thought, and I actually like it, you know. Yeah.
Can I say, but just from you saying that like that, I didn't even think, like, that's a good point that excuse me, like everybody might have different ways of you know what I'm saying, of attuning, like yours is like, if you get that feeling to run, that means, like, you know what I'm saying, I never even thought about it until you just said that like my the thoughts that accompany those feelings, you know what I'm saying, help me to differentiate too, because they are very slight, but I do always get a thought. Like, I always have a thought. Now it's gonna be out. I know it's not food poison or anything, but yeah, that's a good point. So it is really good to be able to be tapped into self, because you have to know your sign. You have to know the way that you read.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.